Good morning. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Psychic Brunch with Laura Daligan, who is joining us in a couple of minutes, and myself, Inbaal. We are here on the Bigfoot Outlaw channel. We are a YouTube channel, not just me and Laura, there's loads of us. We're a YouTube channel dedicated to esoteric programming. So there are programs about Bigfoot, and there are programs about dogman and cryptids and ghosts and UFO huntings, and also psychics and witches. And that is where we come in. Me and Laura have both been working as psychics, as witches, full-time for like 20 something years. It's been a while. So what we do here every week is communicate with you. We discuss different topics, but we're really open to the conversation taking us anywhere. We actually don't see each other that often. So when we need to catch up with each other, it also happens here so that it can be in front of everyone. If you're watching, you can comment on whichever platform you're watching. So if you're watching on Facebook, you can comment on Facebook and the message will come to my screen and I'll be able to display it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can message me. At the moment, the connection with Instagram is not going too well at all, but we're also on LinkedIn right now and on Twitch. You can watch us or listen to us later on as well. So once we go off air, the program is shared amongst all the podcasting platforms, and so we become kind of permanent. Let's have a little look while Laura gets everything together. Let's have a little look at the messages that have already come in. So first of all, housekeeping. Grizzly, who owns the channel, says, you can support me by sending stars. Stars help me earn money to make more content. That's an important message for all of us to, to remember and to work by. Lucienne, who was my guest on the Tuesday show. You can watch the Tuesday show on Facebook and on YouTube right now if you want to get aware of everything that Lucienne does. She says, good morning, beautiful ladies. Unfortunately, I can't stay as I have an appointment in 10 minutes. Let's pull Laura up. Hey, you're right, witchy.
But it's not Mercury retrograde yet, is it?
No, but the shadow period has really floored us.
It's completely, everything this morning has gone absolutely insane wrong that I've done. Everything I've touched has gone, bleh. And then it was just not connected to my camera. I've been sitting here for 5 minutes going, face, connect. You went, no.
No, I could see your knees. It was beautiful, two of the most beautiful knees in England. But I thought that's not what we're going for. Different show.
It's
different
not psychic knees.
Psychic knees, completely different show. We should pitch it. But at the moment, Psychic Brunch is much more facey, much more facey. We would put it on Knees Book and not on Facebook if that's the show we were going for. But yeah, I dropped off. All my kids kind of use one bike, and it's like this really ancient bike that barely holds itself together. So I dropped it off to the bike guy. Yeah. And by the time he rang to say, you can come and pick it up or I can drop it off, we were already one car down in the household. Oh. So Sean, who works hybrid, works at the office 3 days, at home 2 days, had to go in every day this week. No problem. I was like, that's okay. I can take the hit. I'll do all the other stuff. And then he rings me from outside the school and says, I picked him up, but the car is going no further. And now the car doesn't work at all. And I was like, Mercury, what is this high budget trickery that you've decided to play on us exactly this week when I'm doing all the kids' activities and everything?
Oh, I find the shadow period is usually the punchiest, nastiest bit. Like, not every time, but
before or after though, because I could have like entire fine shadow, fine Mercury retrograde. Then the last couple of days of the retrograde would be sledgehammer days. Nothing works, everything in the bin. And then for about a week and a half afterwards, nothing goes right. Mercury's like, what? I'm out. What? And I'm like, I can feel your shadow in my eyes.
Yeah. You slammed the door. No, I didn't slam the door. I didn't. You slammed the door.
I know, the original gaslighter is this retrograde.
Yes, it is. It is. So sorry about that. I was like, it was very boring looking at my knees, but yeah.
No, it was a delight. It was a joy. And I see that you managed to connect the your YouTube and your Facebook, but I was sort of ready. I want to say ahead of time. No, I was 5 minutes late rather than, rather than late. I was still 5 minutes late. And first of all, the show was for some or another reason scheduled in the scheduler for half an hour ago. That didn't happen. I didn't realize. So that was, a nice Mercury intro. But I was like, okay, it's not been working too well with Instagram. So I'm going to disconnect Instagram and reconnect, which I used to do IT in the army. Like I'm officially disconnect and reconnect is official professional advice. We all know it. That's how witches do it. Yeah. Disconnected, reconnected. When I reconnected, the scheduler had the audacity to put like a half-page notification going, we're struggling with Instagram right now. And I was like, tell me something I don't know. This is true, but please, you connect. So right now on my screen, I can see that I'm connected to Instagram, but that is a lie. It's more than a lie. It's a vicious lie because I'm not connected to Instagram anywhere except for the optimistic mindset of our production suite.
Oh,
yeah. What a retrograde.
So we almost just had my knees on Facebook and no Instagram. Basically, that was basically the morning. So.
Yeah. It might be time, if any of you outside are like technologically minded, it might be time for the next big thing any moment now. But yeah, the retrograde starts on the 18th.
That's ages away. Oh.
And yeah, we're definitely in the shadow, I tell you, because on the 18th, Mercury is going to be at 15.34 degrees, and then it's going to go all the way to 15 degrees. And right now we're in 7 something. So we're definitely in the shadow, like safely in the warm, unyielding, sweaty embrace.
I don't want
The shadow. We can call it a Glastonbury embrace.
Yeah, a slightly BO smelling embrace. There we go. It goes on a little bit too long and like rubs your back in a slightly pervy way. That's the official Glastonbury embrace. And you have to also have a bit of wait a minute, of a as you do. That's my takeaway from living there for 10 years, by the way.
That's incredible, because I was really sort of staying on the subtle side, and then you took it and you ran with it fast and hard. You ran all the way. You smashed through the finish line. The finish line is now a dust
of incense and BO. Yes,
I love it, and an unwanted touch.
You don't want to touch, and then the kind of this like. And then you go to move away, and no, we go. We've got the round 2. Oh no, we've got more.
We're still hugging here. We're still hugging. I don't remember you applying for a leave. We're still hugging.
I just take it that I'm just a misery, and people probably love hugging like that. But I'm just a bit like it was. Yeah, sometimes.
Boo, I'm a big hugger. Yeah. I'm a big hugger, but you know what? I'm also big on deodorant.
Yes.
You know, either both or neither.
Yeah.
Both or neither. But yeah, so first message came straight from Lucienne. She did so well on Tuesday.
Lovely. Yay. She was awesome.
Incredible. Everyone loved her.
Of course
her stuff is so nice. It's so nice. And it's such a bargain. So I would say to everybody, go watch the Tuesday show. Take advantage. Take advantage of the fact that at the moment, Lucienne's sort of business prowess is not fully developed, which I said set to face, not fully developed, and clear the shelves. It's incredible stuff.
Excellent.
It's so nice. It's so pretty. It's so good. And you could see through the screen how magical it is.
Yes.
So she's got an appointment in 10 minutes. Feel well.
Have a lovely day. Take care, lovely.
And we've got a message from Nilda, early morning, saying, good morning, beautiful soul ladies.
Morning.
We've got Karina saying good morning.
Morning.
We've got Visabel saying good morning. Oh, Karen, hi, first timer here. Yay!
Welcome.
Thank you. Visabel says, loving your lippy today. Thank you.
I was about to say that. I always put purple lipstick on too. And we would have been twinning. We'd have been lipstick twinning. It looks so pretty. That does look so nice.
Thank you. Oh, I love it. Love purple. Sandy is sending blessings and horses. Oh, and a medal. I'll take the crystal ball. You take the medal. I feel like you're deserving of it.
I didn't even wait a brief minute. I went, yep, I'll have that medal. I'll take it.
Yeah. There's a medal there for Laura. Visible hat envy, Laura.
It's a bit off piece side, but yeah, it's great, isn't it? So
it's really good. I didn't realize it's not pointy. I couldn't see the very top of it. Just now I see that it's got a flat end. It's the Ayers Rock of witches' hats. Right?
But from this angle, it's a proper witch's. I did look for my witch's hat, but of course it's gone walkabout. So this will do the job. This will do the job.
Do you know, witch's hat is so hard to store because it's so wide brimmed.
Yeah.
So one year I was looking around for Halloween, for trick-or-treating, not just sort of shopping at the end of October for all my tights and gloves and stuff, or at the start of November when they're half price. So I couldn't find my witch's hat from the years before. Couldn't find it. Popped over to supermarket, bought a witch's hat, enjoyed it. And then I was like, where shall I put it? And I opened it and I was like, that shelf would be good. That's where the other one was. Because I feel like every home has like one hiding space that is just the right size for a flat, round, large witch's hat.
Now you have 2 witch's hats. Yes.
Yeah, a minimum of 2.
Minimum. It's needed.
A minimum of 2. Starting offer is 2. Good
Yes.
morning, says Simeon. Hope everything is okay. Having a fantastic day. As much as possible. Yeah.
We're doing our best.
Yeah.
Best. We're here. We're here.
We're here. We are. I think doing our best is not only like magical, but I found that in my hardest days, telling myself that everybody else is doing their best as well is super comforting.
Mm-hmm.
Is super comforting because I really think that for the most part, it would be true.
Yeah.
And if somebody's doing their best and they end up, beeping at you from their car, that's imagine how bad it would be if they weren't trying.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. We've all had a moment where we've beeped when we probably shouldn't have beeped. Like, we've all had moments where we've just been like, oh, and you think, actually, it didn't have to do that.
Yeah. So Simeon says, loving the witchy hat, Laura. See, it did have a witchy vibe to it.
The witchy vibe. It's got a witchy cowboy vibe. If I was a cowboy and a witch combined, as I do feel that is my calling.
Yeah. How's your horse riding going?
Yes, it's going well. I did yesterday. We did bareback, which was a bit.
Wow.
It was fun though. It was fun. I've never done that before. So we did some jumping, not bareback, and I did bareback. So yes, archery and riding is going well. Yes.
Yeah. Did the horse themselves feel comfortable? Like I'd always worry that I'm making the horse uncomfortable if I go with my, thick hot.
With what?
I'm very thick and hot below the waist. So I'd be like, is it would the horse communicate to you if they weren't happy? Would they be like, get a saddle, lady? I think everybody will benefit from it. Like, could you tell that the horse was comfy?
I think Ernie was fine. Yeah, he was okay. He's actually pretty quite nice for them because they haven't got the girth or the saddle. And at the end of the lesson, it was just nice to not have the girth, around the tummy. And he's a strong boy. I really felt sorry for my riding teacher who had to give me a leg up to get on, and I did apologise to her. She's like about 20. I was like, I'm sorry that you have to give me a leg up. But yeah, no, it was. But then I thought, okay, I gave it even more gusto getting off, and I propelled myself off way too fast. About flew across.
The horse walked away, chuckling to itself.
There like, what?
How funny. Mark says, good morning. Sorry, one is late. Everyone's okay.
We're all late. It's okay. Well, I'm late.
Lovely weather in Yorkshire today. Is lovely weather, actually.
It's a bit grey here, but that's okay.
I think did you have like a whole heat wave down south? Yeah. We didn't have a whole heat wave. We had like one day and then rain, and then, he says he didn't get an alert. Let me tell you, it was not scheduled for exactly the right time. I tried to fix it because it was half an hour after it started. I couldn't fix it. So I then tried to schedule something, failed in scheduling. So just sort of did it that we go live when I pressed the button that said go live. So this is my low tech version. I think it's still working. Like there's people.
Yep. We're here, aren't we?
Yeah, we're here. Karina in the shadow, indeed. I think Mark liked your Glastonbury cuddle.
Many people do. I think I'm in the minority that
there's a time and a place.
The time and a place.
And also a recommended length.
And a person, that really well, and maybe you need that hug, but not just a random, like just it's not for me. It's for everybody else, I'm sure. But yeah. I'm from the Midlands. We don't do that.
There was a character. Was it Handshaky Man that would shake your hand? It was in a comedy show, and he would shake.
We went to the pagan scene in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, based on a true story. Some of us, without naming names, dated people like that even.
At least in the shadow period, we are hilarious.
But there was the Handshaky Man, and he could go to Glastonbury, I suppose, and sort of do an entire special. The comedy premise of it was to sort of see the other person become less and less comfortable and trying to pull out of the handshake, and the handshaky man sort of keeps shaking the hand.
I think you'd struggle to get anyone uncomfortable in Glastonbury. They'd probably be like, oh, finally, we've met our long body contact.
Exactly. So instead of being like a 2-minute sketch, it could be like a feature-length psychological study. Eric says, gotta get more people in here.
Yes.
Go right ahead, Eric. Absolutely. You tell your friends and loved ones that we're all partying here together. Mark's enjoying the conversation. Very good. Nilda, there we go. Good question. She's saying, oh my God, my connection is going in and out, driving me crazy. What should I personally expect with this retro? So this retrograde is going to be in Leo. So
quite
Leo,
understated.
Yeah. So understated it will not be. And also it'll be exactly for sort of stuff that is on screen, for stuff that is like on stage, presentations, job interviews. It's not going to be like a little retrograde where you get the neighbor's post. That's too subtle for Leo. It'll be the real sort of out and proud, it'll be like Prime Minister. I had to do body language analysis because the Prime Minister tripped out of number 10. I don't know what you guys want me to say, but but cool for sure. But yeah, it'll be that kind of stuff with all of the world's media on you. You would say something that is definitely not what you were wanting to say. So Nilda, really the advice for you is to keep things subtle. The more subtle you are, the more Leo's not going to bother with you. So, connection is going in and out. That's fine. That's fine. You'll watch the replay, you send messages, the messages are arriving. But anything that is like really high profile, if you're having to, I don't know, like host a big family dinner, or do people still do like the Zoom quizzes?
Maybe.
If people still do the Zoom quizzes. So big things out. Little subtle at-home personal things, much more.
I'm going to be I'm holding like a blessing ceremony in the middle of a festival with everyone looking at me. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll not be fine, but yeah.
That was fine in a very English way. Fine.
Yeah.
Which covers a whole multitude of terrors. Fine.
Yeah. And for the plain English version, I'm sure it'll be not fine, but this is like for the international edition. I'm sure it'll be not fine, but I'm sure everybody's phones when they're filming you will not work anyway, so there'll be no evidence except for the hospital, and our hospitals don't even issue bills anyway, so it's not going to be a hospital bill. When are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, it's not yet. It's a couple of weeks, and we're in the middle of the retrograde then. So there's a festival, and every year they have a wicker effigy of a different animal, and everyone ties. It's a fantasy forest. It has actually sold out, I think, the festival. And they tie on their, if someone's passed this year, or like it's one you want to remember, or their, your wishes, what you want to bring in. Like it's good old magic.
Yeah.
I like it as remembering people, but you can also put your wishes on there as well. And then there's a ceremony on Saturday night, and every year that, apart from COVID year, I've done the blessing of it before it gets set alight. So I usually would do a dance with fire or do something with ritual around it, and then everyone sets it on fire, and it's usually they have a different. Actually, this year, in fact, it's a year of the owl, so it'll be an owl effigy. I always get upset when the animal gets set on fire, but apparently that's the point of it. So
yeah, but I just think that's so risky. We have fire,
Leo,
Mercury retrograde, symbol of Athena.
Wasn't my idea. Saying the owl bit wasn't my idea.
I'm very looking forward to hearing a survival testimonial from you of how it kind of disabled every phone in the postcode because the fire got the antenna, the mobile antenna or something.
Yeah,
it's almost impossible that it'll go without a hitch. Even if retrograde, even if Mercury was going exactly direct.
I might do some offerings to Athena before we go on.
I would if I were you. I would. You give a lot of love to that owlie, and whatever it takes. Sorry, I'm scrolling down on my phone because I have something to showing to you.
Oh.
Look at the Witchfest speaker list. Do you recognize anybody there? And that is why I thought our topic today could be the how to not take no for an answer.
So anyone that wants to rewind to last week, I was like, are you doing Witchfest, Inbaal? No, he says there's no space for me. There will be space for me this week. Look, there is space.
Well, now there's no more space. But yeah, that was a little surprise. I was like, text Laura. No, so much
surprise,
so much more Mercury to tell you in front of all of our friends and
I
loved
want to
ones.
look now as well. I'm to see. I'm looking at the.
It does look like I forged it, but I'm actually there. I just checked before we went on.
Oh, it's so exciting! That's brilliant. We get to play it, which we haven't done for probably about 10 years or more.
15 years.
We've not played at Witchfest for 15 years.
So my last one was 2010 when I came with Baby.
Yeah.
And then I was supposed to come back 2020. I don't remember why 2020 didn't work out because
some reason, some small
reason. So much rather wipe my brain.
Why can't I see who's? Come on, show me. I mean, I'm.
Oh yeah, I know it's not the most user friendly, but who cares?
We're on it.
Yeah.
The bands as speakers.
Below the speakers, I've already got my talk there. I've got my talk title. I've got my biog. I was going in there.
There's this weirdo.
Look at Laura.
There's this weirdo. Yes, brilliant, excellent behavior. Oh, it's going to be amazing, everybody. There's so many awesome people doing talks. Obviously, this. We should do a live one of these from there somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow. Or record it and then play it.
No, I think we can do, but we probably need to be from a corner because you're not allowed to take pictures of people that don't want to.
Give me a little corner somewhere.
Yeah. Well, if I manage to get myself invited, I'm pretty sure I could request a corner. We could get him to do like a media corner, like special for interviews and stuff.
Yeah. I love the fact that he's like, what's happening now? Every week we imagine something different is happening at Witchfest.
Yeah. Not every Witchfest is the same. Now, now we're there. But yeah,
I'm happy about that. That's brilliant. That was the best magic.
Combining the Mercury retrograde with not taking no for an answer is, likely to ensue like all manner of hilarity.
That's what we do. We are all manner of hilarity.
Yeah. And in fact, Nilda says, my moon is in Leo.
You'll be fine.
Ooh. Because the moon is also like your dreams and like your, the way that you view yourself, for Mercury to come and just wipe all over your dreams and the way that you view yourself. Maybe even the indoors is not super safe. Like, do you like books and magazines? They read like low-tech stuff.
Yeah. There's a fly that wants to be on my camera, and I'm calling the fly Mercury. If you see me doing this, it's like, is this falling over the camera and then landing? I'm like, Mercury the fly.
Yeah, because that will make things better. Naming the fly after a god.
What, Jeff Goldblum?
I don't think there's a god called Jeff, but Jeff Goldblum is a god. We've got Mark Walcott saying, howdy, happy to see you all today. Please light a candle on your altar for my best friend. She may have the big C word. Okay. Tell me her name and her star sign.
Yeah. I will light a candle. I haven't got a match here at the moment, but I'll light a candle later. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think my matches are back in the thing, but I'll put it there so I don't forget, and I'll put the name and star sign when you say.
Yeah. Absolutely. Bless her.
Absolutely, and with love. I'm trying to see what sign I want to hook that to. But we're really in the moment of the Cancer star sign now. So if we transmute
energy.
the illness energies into the sort of very loving, very
Nurturing,
warm,
yeah.
exactly sensitive, caring star sign, then that would be a lovely direction to.
Yeah.
Thank
you that much.
Mark says, to be fair, I spent a lot of time in the Midlands and was born in Nottingham, but I'm a huggy person.
I love a hug.
Yeah, no, Mark
I'm
A,
a hugger.
washes, B, never overstretches the hug. Never. Yeah.
I love hugging, but I think there's a hug and assault can be a narrow line.
Fine line. Fine line. So thin. So thin. Thin like the layer of deodorant.
I think I hug people when they don't know me that well, like, hello. But I'm not like 5 minutes later going, oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I think when you go for, for a correct length hug, you do it in the confidence that another hug will come. When you go for that overstretched hug, it's because on some level that this is the last one you're getting.
I think it was one Mississippi, two Mississippi. It's meant to be two Mississippis, apparently. I never one Mississippi, two Mississippi. Yeah, that's a good one.
I never heard that.
Brilliant. The Big Bang Theory. That's why I've heard it from the Big Bang Theory. Not from
yeah. A way to live your life. Hello, ladies. Mark B. Chat. Blessings to you all. Thank you. Ooh, Mark says, I've seen videos of you dancing with fire and a massive sword. Do you ever get ever so slightly burnt? Would you be afraid of catching my body to do it, if I'm honest? Definitely a typo somewhere.
I'm not catching your body with fire. It's okay.
No. No. Is it something that you're more concerned about in the retrograde? Like the throwing and catching of stuff.
I think it's more making extra sure, like maybe in retrograde, I make an extra methodical check beforehand that everything is safe, like everything is in place, not, I'll just grab the stuff and go. So retrograde, I do it anyway. It's like, just check everything is safe. You got all the safety stuff there that you need. Everything is there, like you've got your fire extinguisher, you've got your water towel and everything like that. But I think with fire burn, I did train for it. So it doesn't mean fire's not going to burn you, but you kind of prepare yourself for these sorts of things. And actually, magically speaking, I've only ever noticed fire burn me when I'd let my boundaries down and I wasn't being in alignment, and I got burnt then. And I knew I wasn't, I'd let the situation get out of hand. And so fire's a teacher. So if you see it as something that's not just there to hurt you, but if you have a relationship with it, you're dancing with it, you're moving with it, it is an elemental force. It's touch wood, like it's a teacher. It's burnt me when I was out of whack. It's like get back in alignment. You're not likely to get so burned. But if you're out of alignment, and it will tell you. I've had them, some pretty nothing terrible, but just like some burns from that. I get more burnt from the toaster, to be quite honest, than I have from.
Oh yeah. But I think because I love water, and water is exactly the same. That it will drag you under, it will go up your nose, it will do all sorts of things if you lose focus. And there's not enough in the like regular world that will punish you if you lose focus. But when you go into the elements, they don't mess about.
No, they let you know. I think it's a really good teacher. Like, it's a reminder. Like, I let people take advantage of me in that situation. I wasn't, and suddenly my finger is now burned. Like, so I remember, do that again, you get burned. There's a saying, isn't it? You're going to get burned. It's like, sometimes that's literal.
Actually burned. Yeah, exactly. Or you get sort of dragged under when it's water. I don't know how earth would punish you. I have got a very weird relationship with earth. But but air can certainly come for you as well.
Get smacked in the face, like you can walk into something, that feeling of something heavy hitting you, or like falling, you fall and hit or something.
And again, preventable by by focus.
Jeff Goldblum, go away.
It's better than Mercury. Right, Mark has named Tony and Gemini. I literally wrote Gemini. Let me do the Gemini sigil. Wonderful. And as soon as we finish, that is going on for her. I've got any nice oils to put in there. Oh, I'll put it next to a rose incense. Good news. Very nice. Yeah, got a little kit. It's all going on.
Bless you.
Simeon says, can imagine there will be much fun and chaos with both of you at Witch Fest. I hope so. That's why I
plan. That's why you joined, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't join. I didn't beg to do. To go there just to sit in a corner.
This is the media corner where we'll be making our live version of this.
And Mark Walcott, Nelda is sending healing for her as well. Thank you so much. Spawn says, do you work with the 12th of 13 star signs, 13th being officious? 12 for me.
12 for me. Just because if it would move me along to a star sign I don't want to be.
Oh, I don't drag you.
Yeah, it changes me. And I was like, no, I'm Aries. I'm happy with that. That's my jam. So only because that's a selfish reason not to want to.
Yeah. Tony is here from New Zealand saying, I love these talks.
Oh, bless you. Thank you, Tony. Lots of love. And what time is it there then? It must be quite late, I guess.
Is it about the opposite? Is it like
maybe
10 p.m.? Yeah. I always think it's close to the opposite. So if it's like 12 o'clock here, it'll be 12 o'clock there. But the other one, maybe the hour before, maybe the hour after. So what techniques, what crystals, what incantations do you take with yourself when you know that you are not taking no for an answer?
Oh, I put a witch's hat on for starters.
Yeah.
How could you refuse? I mean, really.
Have you got a special face for it? What's your special say yes face?
It's got a pout involved, hasn't it, some way? It's probably got a little bit of a... That's a face that's known me for 25 years.
And never said no to you for anything. It's not even in the dictionary.
Yeah. I'm a terror at this. I mean, if it's in the moment, if you're having a conversation and you're in that moment, my Aries takes over and it's just immediate. But if I have time to think about it, I'm probably never going to ask for it ever again.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really not. If I start thinking about it, I'm like, I can't approach them. Oh, so it's. I think it's best to get me in the moment. I can, but okay, let me think about if I had to, because I'll get really anxious if I have to push for something.
No, I'll give you an example. Remember that you used to do the wand workshop and you wanted to switch and do a different one. Did it take you like 3 years?
Yes, exactly. I mean, I've got a bit better. It could be 3 months now, but still, I think it takes me a long time. So I'm like, don't upset anybody. Or if you get me in the Aries moment, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. Ugh.
Yeah.
And that's honest and true and good. But if I have time to think about it and worry about how everyone feels, I'll just go, it doesn't matter. I'll just stay with my hat down here.
Yeah. And
how about you? You've done it this week. You've done good.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have that big of a problem because I've got a mindset that everybody's at liberty to say no if they want to. And because I don't take a no person, I don't take anything that personally. I'll get like a whole hate message. I had a hate message yesterday saying that I'm a beast and shouldn't be alive. I didn't even take that personally because I thought, I don't even know who this is. They don't know me. So if they, do you know what I mean? So I don't take things personally in general. And I think, but I think that approach means that when I make a request, the person on the other side doesn't feel triggered, like, if their mom had asked them for stuff and they weren't allowed to say no, because I really sort of lead with a no pressure. Invite people to Tuesday show, no pressure. I think I'm going to have somebody really incredible in the next week or two, but at the moment I'm going through the no pressure negotiation. No pressure, but it'll be so much fun. So I think it's my Sagittarius that's more a negotiator because I'm Pisces. Pisces doesn't really know how to negotiate, would take things personally, but my Sagittarius moon takes over And I'm like, well, what's the worst that can happen? If this one says no, somebody better will say yes. So I have got like a really optimistic, like probably dangerously optimistic mindset.
I like that. I like that.
Riskily optimistic mindset. So I always think, things will turn out fine. I'm a real marketer at heart in that I pitch and I'll pitch and I'll pitch and I'll pitch. And because I pitch a lot, then some yeses will come, some no's will come. If everybody said yes, I wouldn't have even been able to fit everything in the diary.
Yeah.
So for me, the not take no for an answer sounds like a really scary, like high pressured attitude, but it actually, so for me, comes from not caring that much.
That's good.
And if I got it, like from Witchfest, I got a no at first, didn't I?
You did.
I got a no. I was like, absolutely no pressure. Let's chat in the weekend. By the time the weekend came and went, the no became a yes. Things change. That is the Pisces. Things change. Go with the flow.
Things change, and you're going to be a benefit to that. You're going to make everything better there. It's going to it was a 9.5. Now it's a 10.5 of an event.
Yeah.
It's like
with you in there, it was over 10 already. But no, for me, it's rooted in mindset. Now, when I was kind of a younger witchling, or when it was things when the stakes were high and I had to get it, I go with Mercury, funnily enough. So I'll schedule whatever it needs to be on the Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesdays. Yeah.
Right? Wednesday's good, which is associated with Mercury. I'll bring some blue crystals. So I don't really like the color blue that much, but so they're not on display, but I've got like a blue lace agate in one of the boxes. I actually have a big hunk of lapis there. So I have got some blues. The blues behind me belong to my sons. They're not even mine, but I will sort of gather some blues and sort of put them to the side as I'm pitching or interviewing or whatever it is. So when it's something I really, really, really want, I'll get Mercury to play along with me, and I'll keep things, again, sort of really, really subtle. So I'll use maybe a frankincense, incense, or like vanilla fragrance, something that is not necessarily pushing a yes, but is pushing a calm starting point. And it's very karmic. So if it is meant for me, it's mine. And if it's not meant for me, that's still cool.
And that's a good way of doing it. It's like if it's meant for you. I think that's like, because often things we think we need as a yes, when we look back and go, I'm so glad I didn't get that, because it was actually our idea of a yes. And the guides are going, or the gods are going, no, go that way. We're like, this is the way. So as long as highest, if it's like if it's meant for you, but encouraging the meant for is also good. I think encouraging.
So what, like, would you do it with red to honor the Aries if you need to ask?
I was thinking for Wednesday, for things like when I want, because I also think about Mercury, and he whether we believe that or not, like the Norse connection to Mercury is Odin, and you would think, because it's Wednesday, Woden's Day, so I always think about Odin, and we're connected with Odin for that kind of thing, because he's very tricksy, but he's very powerful and magical. And things like travel, I like to do, especially if we're going to Scandinavia, I like to do it on a Wednesday. And I just think about, okay, Mercury, sometimes those gods I don't speak, but I think, okay, but Odin, all right, okay, let's have a look at Odin and see him in his most grounded. I mean, he does things to get what he wants, which no one should ever do to get what they want, but also there's a way of determination and cleverness of mind and grounded action. So it's a good way of thinking, even if the odds are against you, you can make a plan, or you can work away and find ways of getting there. So I think about something that relates to me a bit better, because sometimes I go Mercury. I love Mercury, don't get me wrong, but he's very flitting.
Where is your Mercury?
That's the problem. Pisces.
Oh no. Oh,
that's the problem of many things of my life, and the beauty of many things in my life. So I express through creativity. I could dance you how I feel, or I could paint you how I feel. I can't tell you how I feel.
no, but you can be present and wait to be invited.
Yes.
Yeah. Because in my mind, whenever I need somebody by my side, your name will come up immediately. Like that'll
Oh.
be first, not even number one. That is the number default. And then the next person along would be number one. And I think that's very the Mercury in Pisces.
Okay, yeah.
That, you know, that it's in my mind already.
Yeah.
My Mercury is in Aquarius, unfortunately. So
It's not
that's why
quite
all
as-
my sentences are backwards.
Oh, they're beyond their time. Your sentences are beyond their time.
But that's also like when I ask for something, everything is really open. It doesn't matter if you say yes in the future or if you say yes in a previous lifetime. And there's also this real belief that everybody's, you know, that all people and animals are incredible and all experiences are beneficial and positive. So that's the Mercury in Aquarius. So it's for somebody that does at the moment quite a lot of writing, the Mercury in Aquarius can be a bit of a burden. I tell you, I submitted something like a few weeks ago, and not the journalist, like the PR that I submitted it through, had put it through AI to kind of polish everything up. Some of the sentences didn't mean what they were supposed to mean because the way that I express myself transcends AI and logic.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, like they didn't check it with me after they put it through the AI and sent it straight to the journalist. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, the sentences make even less sense than when I wrote them in my weird, quirky way. Because when you put it through like a logic enhancer, what it did is enhance the illogic.
I think it takes the personality away from things. Like we all write in quirky, interesting ways. And I can also be so quirky that I've said a zillion words to say one thing, and you could make it less. But every time I write something, it's telling me to take some words out. I'm like, no, that what makes it how I write.
Yeah.
And therefore that word is freaking staying in. Like that. It's like it takes all the personality out of your one, then it didn't actually make sense.
Yeah. Do you know, I don't have like any AI enabled because I wouldn't even know how to use it. But just like the spell checker. So I'll put something like very, very or really, really, and it will put like the rude little zigzags and say repeated word. And I'm like, I know, I typed it.
I typed it.
What do you say?
I don't have AI either. That's the problem with the spell check thing. And then you do it on your website or on other things. It's probably got some AI vibe of spell check in it. And it always throws you off. And I'm like, this is how I write as a human being.
Yeah. I was just in the TikTok shop. I've got my oils in the TikTok, but I can't connect it to my TikTok account anyway. But I've put some words in all caps because I'm loud. This is how I speak, in all caps.
Yeah.
And the TikTok kind of tapped me on the shoulder and said, "We have a different version for you. Would you like to use our version?" No, all caps. Who wrote this? Who wrote that? I would like to speak to a supervisor. Where are all my caps?
Oh, it's craziness. It's crazy.
We're searching for capital letters.
Oh.
We've got a very cute mercurial question from Brendan Ryan, who says, what advice would you give someone who has been coined a dark Gemini? Asking for a friend. You can ask for yourself.
Is the friend the other Gemini side?
Exactly. Because if you're a Gemini, you'll have the dark side and the light side. Embrace both of them.
Yeah. There's a kind of a curiosity and openness with Gemini, isn't there? I don't think it's like light and dark. There's just this openness.
Yeah, but the one side of you might be sort of quicker to get angry.
Yeah.
So when you're maybe around friends and you feel safer, you'll be the sort of the annoyed one. But that's also the quick-witted one. And then maybe when you're at work, it'll be the other twin, and that'll be one that never gets annoyed, does all the chores, does everybody else's work as well. And those two together form just sort of part of your jigsaw. I would remove from my life the person that referred to me as a dark Gemini. I think that the one thing that needs to change is your friends list.
Yeah. I feel like if someone's coining, it's very easy, isn't it? They can just pick something on you, go, oh, you're that. Well, everyone can be an idiot. Like, we've all got idiot traits. I've got plenty of idiot traits. And then you go Gemini, I think it's easy pickings, isn't it? To go, oh, well, you're a dark Gemini. Or it's the Scorpios, oh, you're a, you're a moody Scorpio. It's like, no, we can all be nitwits. I mean, I think maybe he's projecting his own pet stuff on you.
Exactly. There's something in that person's own personality that they perceive as dark, and they're doing it on you. I've got so many quirks that are insane that I wouldn't even dream to apologize for. Not happy. Here is door.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're unhappy with something, that's different. But if somebody else, it's just, and also they've not said, oh, you're doing this, actually, it's upsetting me. They're just putting a stereotype on you. Then any stereotype you put on is not friendship, is it? You don't go, you're this to your friends. It's just not okay. So if you're okay with how you are and other, then
absolutely.
The problem that's coining it is
I want to celebrate the dark side of Gemini, because the fact that Geminis can have that sort of real vast propensity to get into depression and stay in depression in like the deepest areas also makes them incredibly empathic when you go through it. And then they'll jump up and they'll be like, oh, do you know what helped me? Pile of books, a phone number to somebody that could help you. So the dark Geminis that are, that have truly been through the ringer of life, are incredibly useful members of our human community as well. Celebrate the dark Gemini.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's also, this look into things of, look into that whole mercurial thing or the Odin, and look into like these gods that are ruling that sign and see, just it's not supporting, not saying, again, don't do as the gods do. Do as the gods say, do not do as the gods do.
Allegorical.
But like, just look into it, just maybe lean into some of the energy of like, what, who are you, and leaning into the fullness of yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, we think you're amazing. So
yeah, absolutely.
Mark is saying thanks for explaining that, Laura. Yeah. Simeon, Jeff wants screen time for the new Fly movie. Is there a new Fly movie?
I hope not. I could even watch the first. I saw bits of it.
Couldn't watch the whole thing. Oh, we have an answer from Tony for what it is in New Zealand now. So it was 11:09 p.m.
So it's like a okay, cool.
Yeah,
so 12:20 something here, isn't it? So
other side. Oh, we have lots of love from Mark, and we're starting to run out of time, so I'm just going to flash the messages. Never said no to anything. The lunchtime confessional. No, it's we're positive people. Ooh, very good advice. So Tony says shungite would be great for that, for going and expecting not to get a no.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think shungite would be great because the black stones absorb negativity. So if somebody sort of got an objection in their mind, the shungite would put that objection to one side.
I like that. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you. And that was from a few minutes ago, saying 11:11 in New Zealand.
Oh, cool. Yes, that's true.
Oh,
yeah.
That's beautiful.
I like blue on in paintings. I just don't like wearing blue. It doesn't look very nice on me wearing blue.
It does. I remember you in blue very, very here and there. You had the don't speak blue dress.
Oh, that is the dress though. That's obviously a fine thing.
And there was something that was kind of electric blue, like a top. Sleeveless. It's so few that I remember them, but you look phenomenal in blue.
I always think you look a bit off in blue.
I feel like it's a really basic pedestrian color. I've always had a disinclination to going on the main path of anything, and blue is like the first color. As a young child, what's your favorite color? Immediately the expected answer is blue.
I always said red.
Yeah. I've always been pink and purple, but I'm very proud that my little ones are like cyan. So I have to go on the Google and figure out what cyan
Nice.
is. And it'll be like, I like mint and olive. They're not going to say green. But but this year I really want to get into wearing blue or blue and white, and I've still not found something. I really
your
want.
shade.
Yeah, I've not found it yet, but I feel like I would like to see what it feels like.
Yeah, experimenting in blue. I like that. I can imagine like a deep, for winter time, like a deep navy, but with some like velvet or something like that, like a night sky kind of thing.
Oh, I do actually have that. I have got a top that's sort of deep velvet that's got little glitter on it. Like
yes, I'm visualizing that. Okay,
yeah. No, I do have it. No, that is correct. But it's that blue that's so dark that it looks black in pictures is literally cheating because I wear black all the other days.
Can you imagine the sky, like a bright hot day sky blue, or the hot, would be nice. Like not
Yeah.
a pale sky, but a real hot day sky blue would be.
Yeah, there's so many colors that I struggle to experiment with because because I am very visual and I'm so devoted to the colors that I like.
Well, turquoise is that? Oh, I think did Tony say about lapis lazuli was her favorite color.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
no, that is a gorgeous
as a crystal. It's like the night sky, isn't it?
And it's got like the gold shooting through it. No, that is true. Yeah, I might have that in my mind when I sort of go and look around at the possibilities. Right, we're literally, we've got a good one for the Gemini. We all have dark and light sides as the universe demands balance. Exactly. Balance.
Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, we're starting to run out of time. So is there anything, any more advice that we need to give about not taking no for an answer?
I'm probably asking the wrong human.
Yeah. But yeah, I think maybe just the fact that everything happens exactly as it should be.
I think if you want it to happen, like I say, I'm probably more about knowing, but I think like really Aries mind, if I really want something, I go with it with all my soul. I just go for it. And I think then you do think you've gone for it with everything that is you. And if it isn't, maybe it's with the wrong people or it wasn't meant to be. But if you go for it with your full self, you've done something right, and the right thing will probably come from that, whether it's the opportunity you wanted or something along. But yeah, I think if it's something you really truly want, don't be, oh no, never mind, don't worry about me. If you want it, just throw your whole self into this. There's no prizes for being on the shelf this lifetime, is there really? It's just
exactly. When I go and ask for something, if it's like really, really excessive, I think to myself, what's the worst that can happen? The absolute literal worst that can happen is that the person will think about it and realize you're not right for it.
Yeah.
That's the absolute worst. Is no chance that you get hanged for it. So just sort of saying what's the worst that can happen as you sort of step into that situation and not following through with visualizing all the worst things that can happen.
I'm not allowed to say that because I remember being in Sri Lanka and me and Gordon went out for a walk. And it was in the rain, the sky looked really dark. And I went, what's the worst that can happen? And within seconds, the lightning struck the house. So every time I say what's the worst that can happen, I get a little bit afraid of what's going to happen.
I'm pretty sure that lightning is Gordon's.
I was like, oh, I don't think
I would say with 100% certainty that wasn't your lightning.
So I've always been in contact. What's about to happen? Oh,
no. Don't look at the sky. And that's the fire element for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now that you know how to tame the fire element, it'll hopefully not try and
exactly
finish you off again. Brilliant. Are you here next week? Everything is normal next week? Are you looking in
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh, full moon next week.
Is it now? Yes. Next week. That's exciting.
The buck moon is on its way. And is it the full moon in Capricorn? Yes, full moon in Capricorn.
Oh, waxing gibbous today. Sounds like a mood. It's waxing gibbous. There we go.
Yeah. What exactly are you waxing?
Gibbous.
Yeah. Fabulous. Thank you everybody for joining us. Mwah. It's been so much fun. See you hopefully next week.
See you soon. Bye.